بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وآله الطاهرين اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه المجيد وقوله الحق بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وما لكم لا تقاتلون في سبيل الله. And what has happened to you that you do not fight in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? وَالْمُسْتَضْعَفِينَ, and for those who are weak. Now there is a difference between da'if and mustad'af. Da'if is a person who is weak himself, but mustad'af is a person who has become weak. Actually, someone has made him to become weak. Now who are these people? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that fight for these people. Minar rijale, and these mustad'af people, those who have become weak, are men, wal nisa, and the women, wal wildan, and the children. Alladhina, and these are the people mustad'afin. Alladhina yaquluna, they say, Rabbana akhrijna min hadhihi al-qarya. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that take us out from this town, al-zalim ahluha, that this town is full of oppressors. وَجْعَلْ لَنَا مِن لَدُنْكَ وَلِيًّا. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, appoint for us from yourself a protector. Ya Khuda ko ek wali bhej apni janib se. And they are crying out, وَجْعَلْ لَنَا مِن لَدُنْكَ نَصِيرًا, and appoint a helper from your side, Ya Allah. Now, so the Adil has discussed what is the situation, the ground realities. But my discussion, what I'll be discussing in this second part, it's what is my responsibility, what should I do? That is important as well. So I have divided this discussion into two parts. The first is a short-term goal, and the second is a long-term goal. What should I do now? Or what should be done in future? A short-term goal for these oppressed people, at least a financial help is required for the mustad'afin. So the donation is being collected, World Federation is doing, Africa Federation is doing, so everyone is doing. So I should help these oppressed people. I don't know now how the things will reach out to them, it's a different issue. This is the four most important thing, number one. Number two is the dua. You should do dua for them. Now again, in this situation, when it comes to dua, there is a whole discussion that somehow that all these troubles and difficulties actually are interconnected with the zuhur of Imam Zaman ajjalallahu ta'ala farajah. Kabhi bhi difficulties ho, problems ho, the solution to all these difficulties and problems is in the zuhur of Imam Zaman alayhi salatu wassalam. Now we have riwayat on that. The du'as are very important. These du'as are powerful. For example, there is a riwayat from our sixth Imam that he says, إِذَا عَرَفْتَ إِمَامَكَ, that if you have understood your Imam, لَمْ يَضُرُّكَ تَقَدَّمَ هَذَا الْأَمْرَ أَوْ تَأَخَّرَ, that the delay in the zuhur of Imam Zaman alayhi salatu wassalam, that postponing or preponing the zuhur of Imam Zaman alayhi salatu wassalam, it will not change, it will not bring any difficulty to you. From this particular hadith, we understand that there is a possibility कि Imam Zaman के zuhur में delay हो सकता है. There is possibility. Okay, how much it can delay? Now we have riwayat. You must have heard that from Rasulullah we have riwayat, if there is one day left in Qiyamah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will prolong this day in such a way that all the signs are fulfilled, and my son from my lineage will reappear, and Allah will prolong that day. From this particular hadith we come to know that there is a possibility that the zuhur of Imam Zaman alayhi salatu wasalam can be postponed up to day of Qiyamah. Allahu Akbar. I don't know. Currently 1300 years have passed, 1280 years have passed. I don't know Another 5,000 years? We don't know. In riwayat, again it is there, فَلَمَّا تَعَلَى عَلَى بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ الْعَذَابِ ذَجُّوا وَبَكَوْا إِلَى اللَّهِ أَرْبَعِينَ سَبَاحًا. When on Bani Israel the punishment of Pharaoh was extended and they started crying for 40 days and nights. فَأَوْحَى اللَّهُ إِلَى مُوسَى وَهَارُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala send wahi to Musa and Harun, يُخَلِّصُهُم مِّن فِرْعَوْنَ, कि इनको जाओ और अजाब से इनको निजात दो, save them from this punishment. فَحَتَّ عَنْهُمْ سَبْعِينَ وَمِعَ سَنَةً. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala 170 وَمِعَ سَنَةً, 170 years Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reduced the azab. It was supposed to be. Okay, وَقَالُوا أَبُو عَبْدِ اللَّهِ هَكَذَا أَنْتُمْ. It is the situation of the people of Bani Israel. Your situation is the same. لَوْ فَعَلْتُمْ. If you do dua for 40 days and nights, if you cry out, لَفَرَّجَ اللَّهُ عَنَّا. So He will reappear. فَأَمَّا إِذَا لَمْ تَكُونُوا فَإِنَّ الْأَمْرَ يَنْتَهِي إِلَى مُنْتَهَا. If you delay this, the zuhur of Imam Zaman will be delayed, और कुछ पता नहीं है कितना delay होगा. Now at least do dua. These difficulties and problems, He is the one who will bring salvation. Najat is there. Number third is the understanding of the situation. That is so important, as Maulana was discussing, that there are propagandas, there are questions. What is happening? Today, your and mine, आपकी और मेरी जिम्मेदारी, our responsibility is the responsibility of Hazrat Zainab Salamullah alayha. The character and the seerat of Hazrat Zainab Salamullah. What happened in Karbala, Imam Hussein needed someone to go and propagate what has happened in reality. What has happened? Nowadays, what is happening? We don't know who is right, who is wrong. Wallahi. Those who are the killers and the butchers, they claim themselves that they are the oppressed people, and they are calling others that you have butchered our babies. Not a single photograph or video is there, and the propaganda machine is going on. So it is our responsibility to convey the right message. We are on the social media. हम सोशल मीडिया पे मौजूद हैं. मेरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है या नहीं है? Is there any responsibility or not? So my responsibility is to convey the right message. There are propagandas against Maraji'een as well. So some people came and said that in Pakistan, one Maulana actually, he said that what our Maraji are doing this and that. Baba, you don't know actually. In war, the tactics are different. For example, those who watch football match, even a football match differs. You cannot go and attack. The things are different. So sometimes you allow your rival to attack, then when the right time comes, then you attack. So you are on a defensive mode, then the time comes, aap attack karte hain. In this situation, what is happening? As Maulana said, there are a lot of conspiracy theories here. That what has happened? Is it really possible? Is it really possible that Hamas has done all this and Israel didn't know? Now this is one of the conspiracy theories I'm telling you. It's a conspiracy theory or actuality. Allah knows the best. Just 20 days before what has happened in UN Assembly, you must have seen the map what Netanyahu showed to the world, that this is the map of Israel in which Gaza and the West Bank was part of that greater Israel. Not only this, they have a plan actually from India, like economic corridor of China. They want one ICAC corridor from India, and it will go to Israel, then it will go to Europe. So they want all this corridor. Now in between there are countries. Just before this, 1 month before this, America stopped all the supplies, ammunition to what? To whom? To Ukraine. America has stopped that. Why have you stopped? So there is a whole discussion here that America wants all this ammunition to be there with Israel. उसका अपना game plan है. Now the another discussion is that they want Iran and the other countries to be part of this war. They want to drag them actually. Just if you are following the news, that from Rahbar Muazzam as well and from President of Iran, they said that if it escalates, we will jump into this war. After a few hours, you see there is an attack on the hospital. So they are provoking and provoking. Why Hezbollah is not part of this? Hezbollah क्या कर रही है? Hezbollah सो रही है. Now again, you have to understand the ground realities of it. The ground realities, Hezbollah is a political party. You have to understand the ground realities of Lebanon as well. Lebanon, 50% are Muslims, 50% are Christians. In amongst Muslims, there are Shias and Sunnis. Hezbollah is a political party. It was formed in the name of defense of the country. Now, if Hezbollah goes and attacks another country, to gain a support from inside the country will be very difficult. These are some realities. See, what I want to say here, that if you believe in the leadership, आप कहते हैं कि जनाब, whatever my leader is doing, I will follow my leader. So, I don't know, I'm sitting here, I'm saying, hey, for example, when we watch cricket, so someone is bowled out, the cricket World Cup is going on, hey, he's not playing. You go in the cricket field, have a bat in your hand and you will come, that 160 kilometer when the ball is coming, you cannot touch the ball even. The things are different in the battlefield. यहाँ पर बैठ के कहना अलग है. And they are there in this battle for the past 40 years. They know what to do. Yesterday, someone from Dar es Salaam took out the message. And he is saying that against Islamic Republic and this and so there is a riwayat actually. The riwayat says hayhat hayhat. नहीं होगा hayat. La yakunu. Hargiz nahi. Never ever. La yakunu farajuna. That Imam Zamana will not reappear. Hatta tugharbalu thumma tugharbalu thumma tugharbalu. Tugharbalu, you know? Kyudya. You will be filtered, you will be filtered, you will be filtered. Yaqulu thalatha. Imam said for 3 times. Hatta yadhhabul qadr wa yabqa saf. So what do you do with chujyo? So dirt जो है अलग हो जाएगा और साफ चीज and 5 चीज अलग हो जाएगी. And this will happen. So all these things are there. Tests and trials. One of the biggest tests and trials is the social media. Now I don't have this time. I would have discussed this in detail. That one of the signs of the reappearance, the zuhur of Imam Zaman, is Dajjal. Dajjal, the root word of Dajjal is from Dajjala. Dajjala is deception. Before the zuhur of Imam Zaman, deception is there. So be careful. आप किसको सुन रहे हैं? If you are there always on BBC, Wallahi, Surah Fatiha then, you will not get the right news. Fox News, CNN, all these actually, they are biased. So you should have a right source of information. Again, last night someone sent me the message, Maulana, all these are the zuhur of, signs of the zuhur of Imam Zaman alayhi salatu wassalam and all this. My question is this. How many of you, when you go to your house, so you need a signboard? Do you need a signboard to follow to reach to your house? To reach your house? No, Maulana, I know this. Even मैं आँखें बंद करके भी मैं घर पे पहुँच जाऊँगी, I can reach. Those who know the path, those who know where to go, signboards are not necessary for them. Signboards हमारे लिए नहीं हैं. Signboards किसके लिए हैं? जो रास्ता नहीं जानता है. हमारे और आपसे क्या पूछा जाएगा? We will be asked. अगर आप 1 घंटे बाद जाएंगे, आपके हस्बैंड पूछेंगे, कहाँ आती? Why are you late? हमसे आपसे पूछा जाएगा, देर से क्यों पहुंचे हो? हमसे ये नहीं पूछा जाएगा साइंस क्या है. And do you think so that before the zuhur of Imam Zaman alayhi salatu wasalam, all the signs you will be able to see? Qatl nafs zakiya, one of the signs of the zuhurs of reappearance of Imam Zaman alayhi salatu wasalam. That do you think that in this era full of deception. You will come to know that that person, Nafs Zakiya, is killed. And you will come to, no, quite possible, you will not come across actually that Qatl Nafs Zakiya has happened. Fourth, short-term goal, that raise your voice, raise your voice. There is a sukut and silence here. Someone should stand up and इस साइलेंस को तोड़े, आवाज़ बुलंद करें, लेकिन गवर्नमेंट रूल्स जो हैं उसका भी ख्याल करें, लेकिन आगाही, that awareness should be there. What am I doing actually? Really, these African people, they don't know what is happening. This is the responsibility. That is the seerat of Hazrat Zainab Salamullah alayha. This is my responsibility. Now, I'll be discussing about the long-term goals. Long-term goals is a collective approach. We need to have a collective approach. See, when it comes to the era before the zuhur of Imam Zaman alayhi salatu wassalam, kya zuhur Imam Zaman alayhi salatu wassalam needs individualistic approach or a collective approach? Individualistic approach means that I become muttaqi, I offer all my wajibat. It's a good thing. You're supposed to do. But is it sufficient for the reappearance of Imam Zaman? Because I'm connecting all this with Imam Zaman, because he is a solution to all these issues. We are preparing actually, because there are two nations who are preparing, Shias and Jews. Shias are preparing for Imam Zaman, Jews are preparing for Dajjal. हम सिर्फ prepare कर रहे हैं और कोई prepare नहीं कर रहा है. If they are preparing, so where are we actually? So we need to have a collective approach. Individualistic approach is not sufficient for Zuhr. For example, we had Sayyid ibn Ta'awuz, Sayyid Mahdi Barul Ulum. These were the pious people. Ayatollah Bahajat Rizwanullah Ta'ala an. But what happened? There is no Zuhur. We need to have a collective approach. Collectively, milkar hame kaam karna hoga. At the end, I'll discuss this. What should I do? We always say, Allahumma ajil waliyik al-faraj. But when it comes to the reappearance, to prepare for Imam Zaman, samahani. We are not doing sufficient, we are not putting sufficient efforts. For example, when it comes to choose my career, really, meri nigah, my eyesight actually is there on the zuhur or no. I want to go and become doctors. How many doctors do we have in our community? 200 doctors. Now it's enough. Doctors are sufficient in a community. When Imam Zaman will come, he will need people in different areas actually. You need different professions. For example, if I ask you, he needs some politicians as well. Where are the politicians? Okay, where are the journalists? Okay, where are people in immigration? हम लोग नहीं जाना चाहते हैं. And we feel, no, I'm working for Imam Zaman. Are we really working? Yesterday I was having a discussion with Sheikh Shirazi. We need teachers in school. Who is going to do the tarbiyah of the kids? We don't have. Because my aim is something else. So in a long term, we are not preparing. This is not my goal. I want to go to masjid, listen majlis, come back. That's it. इसके साथ zuhur mumkin nahi hai. You have to prepare. Imam Zaman will need people from African community as well. If you plan this, maybe after 40, 50 years, I don't know, then you can expect, you can have your own government. लेकिन हमारा हदफ, हमारा गोल जो है वो छोटा है. My masjid, my imam bargah. And you want the imam to rule the world? Not possible. I don't want to sacrifice. मैं गर्दन देना चाहता हूँ. Sorry, Imam doesn't need your गर्दन now. If you have an army, so army हर वक्त जाके fight नहीं करती है. When there is peace, so they have doctors, they have engineers, they have accountants, they have different people in different walks of life actually. So this is the important thing. Last thing जो इसके मैं बात करके मैं ख़त्म करूँगा, मैं इसके अंदर ज़्यादा वक्त नहीं लूँगा. I have given this example somewhere else as well. You must have seen how ants, चूंटियाँ जो है कैसे walk करती हैं. You must have seen. When they walk in a straight line. You must have seen. So there is a scientific research on that. So the leader of these ants द लीडर, वो रास्ता बताती है कि द फूड सोर्स इज हियर, एंड वो अपने मुंह से फ्रॉम इट्स माउथ दैट लीडर एंड एक्चुअली टेक्स आउट फेरोमोन, जाकर रिसर्च देखिएगा, वो लाइन ड्रॉ करती है और फिर उसको सब फॉलो करते चले जाते हैं। इफ यू कैन डू दिस थिंग, यू गो एंड रब दिस फेरोमोन लाइन, सो व्हाट हैपन्स कि ये जाके वहां पर उस जगह पे जहां पर फेरोमोन लाइन इज नॉट देयर, दे गेट कंफ्यूज्ड व्हाट टू डू। फौरन इनके अंदर, सबके अंदर क्या होता है, नाउ दे कैन नॉट रीच टू द फूड सोर्स, और दोज हु आर कमिंग बैक टू द नेस्ट, दे कैन नॉट कम बैक। सो इनके अंदर क्या होता है, डेस्पिरेशन आता है, इज़्तिरार, अम्मा युजीबुल मुज़्तर्र इज़ा दआहु वयक्शिफु सू। गो एंड सी द तफसीर ऑफ दिस आया, इट बिलोंग्स टू इमाम ज़मान अलैहिस्सलातु वस्सलाम। इज़्तिरार, इज़्तिरार, डेस्पिरेशन। देन देयर इज अ डेस्पिरेशन इन दिस एंड्स, वो अपने सिग्नल्स को कन्वे करती हैं, एक दूसरे को, दूसरा तीसरे को, तीसरा चौथे को, एंड दिस मैसेज गोज टू द लीडर ऑफ द एंड। वो लीडर ऑफ द एंड के पास जैसे ही मैसेज पहुंचता है दैट देयर इज डेस्पिरेशन, वो आता है, लीडर आके दोबारा से रास्ता दिखाता है, रास्ता ये हिदायत का। आई आस्क या अल्लाह दैट वी आर द अशरफुल मखलूकात, यू हैव क्रिएटेड दिस वर्ल्ड फॉर अस, so where is our path, where is our leader? So the sunnat is there, where is the desperation, a collective desperation, जब एक की desperation दूसरे से, दूसरे की तीसरे से, and it will reach out to the leader, अल्लाह हुक्म देगा अपने लीडर को कि अपने हुज्जत को कि go and guide them। हमारे पास यहाँ पर desperation नहीं है इस वक्त, हम बिजी हैं, इस वक्त अभी कुछ हुआ है, हम कहेंगे दुआ भी करेंगे, हम इमोशनल्स हैं, हम इमोशनल हैं बहुत ज़्यादा, हम तस्वीरें देखते हैं, इमोशनल हो जाते हैं। ओके, व्हेन द थिंग्स आर ओवर, ओके व्हाट इज़ योर प्लान मौलाना, व्हाट सॉर्ट ऑफ प्लान? आई डोंट हैव अ प्लान। वी शुड हैव अ प्लान फॉर इमाम ज़मान। बच्चों के लिए काम करें, आगे करें, 50 साल के लिए क्या करेंगे। मुझे हर जगह बंदा, यानी इमाम ज़मान कहेंगे आई नीड पीपल, आई नीड पीपल। आप सबके सब डॉक्टर्स बन गए आप सबके सब इंजीनियर बन गए, आई नीड पीपल। दिस इज़ वॉट वी आर मिसिंग। लास्ट किसी ने शेर जो है, शेर क्या था, शेर ये है, नाजिल कर ईसा को अब भेज खुदाया मेहदी को, नाजिल कर ईसा को अब भेज खुदाया मेहदी को, देख दज्जाल आज़ाद हुए और फूलों के क्या हाल हुए। जो फूल जो कल आपने देखा, 500 बच्चे, 500 बच्चे, यानी जो बच्चे और औरतें थी ज़्यादा जिसके अंदर, इट्स नॉट अ जोक। खुदावंद मुतआल इमाम ज़माना के ज़ुहूर में ताजील फरमाए। खुदावंद मुतआल हमें इमाम के सही और हकीकी नासिरान में शामिल फरमाए। खुदावंद मुतआल मज़लूमों को जुल्म से ख़ात्मे के लिए अपने इमाम ज़माना के ज़ुहूर में ताजील फरमा। ऐ खुदावंद मुतआल ज़ालिम को नीस्त व नाबूद फरमा। ऐ खुदावंद मुतआल हमें हक़ का साथ देने की तौफ़ीक़ अता फरमा। अस्सलामु अलैकुम व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातुहू।